Good morning, family. Welcome to Morning Devotion Light. Today is Wednesday, November 1st, the 19th day of our prayer condition. Let's begin by greeting our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chunjian Chambumanimge Kyungbe. Pardon. Now for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조의 상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 장부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 장부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 1. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 신정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for opening prayer, I'd like to invite Ayako Heller for the beginning of our new month. Ayako.
Thank you. Let's pray. Precious Heavenly Parents, truly grateful to you in this first day of November. And this is a 19th day of our 21 days condition for settlement of Cheonggukuk, Cheongwon-gun Cheonshibon Prayer Hall in Harlem, 147 West 120th Street in New York City. Truly thankful to you that we could come this far, last remaining over 3 days. And this is the beginning of another new era, not another era. This is the time that you have been waiting for so much throughout history. Heavenly Parents, seeking for original connection that you had it with your own sons and daughters, that truly that as it is, as a creator of heaven and earth, you could dwell settle in the lives of your sons and daughters. And at 147 West 120th Street in Manhattan, we are truly grateful and truly that we can truly complete this condition. That was the steps to truly complete your kingdom of heaven on this earth, a nation, a heavenly nation in our area. Thank you so much for true mothers, true parents' victory for that to happen. Really, heavenly parents that we cannot imagine how much that you invested throughout history to each lives of human being, lost sons and daughters, to have true parents on this earth, to create the begotten son and begotten daughter to send, to have a new beginning. The long history that we wanted to forget about it, that you wished not to exist, but that existed, and you, with the really absolute forgiveness, really yourself challenged to truly to move forward. And we cannot imagine how much sweat and tears and blood was shed to this day. That on this day of November 1st, in this first day of this November, and this is the autumn day, that you are harvesting with us together in the form of a Chonshimon prayer hall where you can dwell physically, come down. It's not just a spot, that this is a spot, but from there you will expand your territory, your people, and you are truly, your conclusion and your beginning, true beginning, can come into New York State and this heavenly USA. Heavenly parents, please bless these conditions. Truly grateful that we can welcome now the Reverend Dr. Hee-Hoon Kim and President Damian Dunkley in this time. We are truly grateful, Reverend Mrs. Stevens, a second generation blessed families who are willing to stand, who are coming to take everything to stand and bring to a different, new, truly the level that you wanted to see. We really pray that for a unity in our heart and mind this day, and truly thankful to you that everything that the sweat, our small sacrifices that we made, we offered to become a meaningful, truly a real, substantial, the offering. It became a substantial offering. And Heavenly Parents, we know we have vision, to dream that truly that the Harlem is filled with the citizens of Cheonggyeok, citizens, and also you truly reside in this place. And we pray that truly that thou become a substantial beginning of a heavenly nation on this land. Please bless this last 3 days and have a determination to begin new life in this place. Heavenly Parents, we gather together again in this morning. Please be with us, each one of us, from beginning to the end. We are really grateful to see the change of Harlem. Even the Halloween's day last night, people are enjoying in a way the family day. Try to make a day as a happy opportunities. Truly, this happiness of humanity is possible in this time. Thank you for this era that we are living with true parents. We offer our gratitude and we dedicate our lives once again. I report this with gratitude, brothers and sisters, together. In my name, Yogan Nayako Helat, bless Central family. Achu.
Achu. Thank you, Ayako-san. All right, family. Now it's time for our Godable reading. We're reading from the Mother of Peace, our True Mother's Memoir. Pastor Milhan.
Kathleen, thank you so much, Ayako-san, for your prayer. Very beautiful. Let's now go into our Godable reading. Another piece here.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Alison Hiroto. The summit concluded with the inauguration of the Latin America chapter of the International Summit Council for Peace. Universal Peace Federation International President, Dr. Thomas Walsh, introduced the purpose of the Council to serve as a forum in which heads of state and government, both current and former, can combine their unique expertise in addressing the most serious challenges to the realization of peace in our time. 4 former presidents, Their Excellencies Anthony Carmona of Trinidad and Tobago, Rosalia Arteaga of Ecuador, Jocelyn Prévert of Haiti, and Jaime Paz Zamora of Bolivia delivered speeches expressing their strong support. Former U.S. Representative Dan Burton, co-chairman of the International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, IAPP, officially proposed the initiative, and all current and former heads of state in attendance rose to affix their signatures. After the conclusion of the summit, its participants joined a crowd of 12,000 for the Family Peace Festival at the Gran Arena del Cibao. The highlight of this beautiful event was the blessing ceremony of 6,000 couples. President Morales opened the ceremony, and my daughter and son-in-law, Moon Sun-jin and Pak In-sup, officiated. The Dominican Republic Municipal Police co-sponsored this Family Peace Festival, and the families and friends of 4,000 city police and 600 national police came to uphold the ideal of one family of humanity under our Heavenly Parent. In-sup and Sun-jin awarded prizes to 10 representatives of those stalwart citizens. The Rally of Hope in the Dominican Republic succeeded due to the devotion of leaders and members throughout Latin America who pressed forward in a difficult environment. They brought the flower of hope to blossom in heavenly Latin America, and I am confident that this flower will multiply blessings long into the future. The course toward a heavenly unified world. At this point, I realize that even if the entire sky were paper and all the seas were ink, there would not be enough to record this tearful course. We all overcame physical limits and continued on, even if we felt we might collapse. It was a victorious course through which our hopes and desires were fulfilled. At long last, the era of the heavenly nation and heavenly continent has arrived in providential history. Every nation and continent has its unique path of restoration. The first 7 nations to complete their path did so during the 7-year course after True Father's Holy Ascension in 2012. God recreated these 7 nations as heavenly nations. On the foundation of the substantial victory of 7 heavenly nations and a heavenly continent, we have come to the historic day when, filled with determination, we can set out to reach the final objective of our journey, which is a heavenly unified world. The United States is a Christian nation on a spirit-led continent. Let me explain about its course toward becoming a heavenly nation. The paths of Christianity and the United States are entwined. The Roman Empire legalized Christianity in 313 CE. From the Italian peninsula, Christianity leaped across the European continent to the British Isles, where it grew strong. But over the next millennia, Britain lost the ability to practice Jesus' teachings to love your neighbor as yourself. She placed the monarch as ruler of the church and created a state monopoly on religion. By the 17th century, Great Britain was gaining power. but it was suppressing many sincere followers of Jesus. God's providence could no longer develop there, and it moved west with the Puritans, who braved the treacherous ocean in search of religious freedom. The United States we see today was born of those sacrificial Christians. My husband and I spent many decades in the United States. Because of its deep Christian roots and its people's devout faith in God, it has providential importance to heaven. Nonetheless, we encountered many difficult and heartbreaking ordeals on our path there. As I already discussed, in July 1984, the U.S. government sent Father Moon to prison. As was the case in both North Korea and South Korea decades before, this was a story of communists and unknowing Christians finding common purpose in opposing God's work through true parents. Fortunately, many fair-minded American Christians and political leaders, also from the left and right, spoke out against Father Moon's imprisonment. Some ministers marched in protest and set up makeshift jail cells behind the White House. Thousands of Christian leaders attended the Common Suffering Fellowship, a week-long seminar on religious freedom in Washington, D.C., and joined Minority Alliance International and the Coalition for Religious Freedom. People of virtue within the American government, media, and clergy decried Father Moon's imprisonment as a blatant assault on religious freedom. In 1987, these people coalesced through the American Constitutional Committee and its successor, the American Freedom Coalition. In the 3 years following Father Moon's release from Danbury, we sponsored 7,000 members of the clergy to travel to Korea and Japan for the Advancement Interdenominational Conference for Clergy. Thousands of American pastors prayed at the Rock of Tears in Busan, just as Father Moon had prophesied would happen decades earlier. In 1996, we welcomed 5,000 members of the American Christian clergy to True Family Values seminars and began the Clergy Blessing Movement. In November of 1997, ministers of all faiths prayed at the 40 million couple blessing at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. On that foundation, in the year 2000, at the border between North and South Korea, we established the American Clergy Leadership Conference, ACLC. The next year, ACLC organized the 50-state We Will Stand speaking tour, in which my husband and I declared in church after church the truth of Jesus and true parents. The ACLC was the driving force behind the Middle East Peace Initiative, which in 2003 buried the cross of resentment between Jew, Christian, and Muslim, and crowned Jesus as the true king in Jerusalem. On the foundation of these and more works over the following decade, at a major ACLC meeting in Las Vegas, 2015, I proclaimed for the first time, I have come as the only begotten daughter for God and humankind. Let's realize God's will together. The ministers welcomed my words with cheers. Why have we not known of this truth until now? Some of them said. Why has this obvious fact never crossed our minds? I challenged those 1,000 ministers. The 21st century is the era of true parents. Who are the chosen people of this age? The answer is you. You are the chosen people centered on true parents in the 21st century. Meeting this challenge at New York's Madison Square Garden in July 2017, at Long Island's Nassau Coliseum in November 2018, and in Los Angeles and Las Vegas in April and June of 2019, the Family Federation and ACLC sponsored blessing ceremonies and Peace Starts With Me rallies of hope for the advancement of a heavenly unified world. In Los Angeles, inspired by not just ACLC, but by the youth of Los Angeles CARP, Bishop Noel Jones of the City of Refuge Church, a former mentor of U.S. President Barack Obama, testified that I am the mother of peace. Dr. Hak Jahan Moon was specially sent to unite humankind, he announced to an audience of 5,000 as he invited all couples to receive the marriage blessing. At the end of the rally, the City of Refuge Church raised our Family Federation's flag. 6 months later, on October 31st, 2019, in the Lotte Hotel in Seoul, Korea, some 700 clergy members, including 40 Americans and 400 Koreans, attended the inaugural ceremony of the Korean Clergy Leadership Conference, KCLC. Then, on December 28, 2019, at the culmination of my 40-day Cosmic Canaan course for the firm establishment of Cheonilguk, clergy gathered from all over the world to establish the World Clergy Leadership Conference, WCLC. At the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, amid a crowd of 25,000 at the Peace Starts With Me rally, 400 American ministers were joined by more than 600 Christian ministers from 70 countries, including 160 pastors from South Korea and prominent members of the clergy from Japan, Latin America, Asia, and Africa. From Europe came ministers from the World Council of Churches, the world's largest council of Christians. In all, 1,000 Christian leaders united under the banner of a heavenly unified world centering on our Heavenly Parent. I am deeply grateful to Heaven for the World Clergy Leadership Conference. Uniting Christianity was part of my resolution to bring True Father's work to its ultimate conclusion, and this was an important milestone in that providence. At that rally, Reverend Paula White, a spiritual advisor to U.S. President Donald Trump, spoke on the direction the United States should take for the sake of our Heavenly Parent. 6 Christian clergy, representing the regions of the world, then spoke. Among them were Archbishop George Augustus Stallings, representing America, KCLC co-chair Reverend Kim Soo-man, representing South Korea, and Prophet Samuel Radebe, representing Africa.
Thank you for listening to Godable. Visit motherofpeacebook.com to.
Thank you, God, your parents, for these words today. You're coming towards the end of Mother of Peace. Tomorrow is the last episode. And what we're doing here is we are claiming victories. Claiming our victories. It's a very important practice. It's something that we all should do. If we don't claim our victories, Satan can easily invade, actually. Satan can say, you didn't actually accomplish anything. When you don't claim your victories, then you don't build on top of it. You don't try to take the next step. You just kind of stay stuck in one place. So Mother here, she's claiming all of the members' activities, all the trials and tribulations we overcame. She's talking about the victories of uniting Christianity and all the different faiths together. And this is what we're going to go over now in these highlights. So kind of wrapping up the Dominican Republic, they succeeded due to the devotion of leaders and members throughout Latin America who pressed forward in a difficult environment. I'm very proud of our Latin American members here in the U.S. They're some of our best tithers and some of our best faith, jung sung, and also serving the nation. So we are very proud of our members here in Manhattan of Latin American descent. And it is that devotion that makes all the difference. So we are claiming victories. We all overcame physical limits and continued on, even if we felt we might collapse. I always go back to Ayako-san. Her life slogan is to die falling forward. That there was always a forward momentum. this, you know, keeling over forward, not backwards, not lying back and, you know, just lounging around in the final days. Of course, we are meant to live a hobby life. I think Father explained that to us. But if we do that, we do so with passion. We do so with our final effort to give our best while we're alive. Because we have this physical body is only here for so long. And overcoming those physical limits, that's when our spirit really grew. You know, that our spirit can only grow when we break this body to the limits. Of course, we should take care of our body, and you know, I'm not saying we shouldn't. I think some people get this mixed up. They think, well, maybe if I can damage my body, then you know, you have no choice but to break your limits. But no, we have to take good care of our health. You know, live long. And I remember Juanita, you were praying on that this Sunday. Just please take care of your health, everybody. Please take care of your health. You can't do nothing if your body doesn't function. So really, this is important. But with a healthy body, and we push the limits, and heaven has to get involved. That's the formula. You know, as we, you know, of course, we get our rest and we do our stretching and our, you know, breathing and good eating, and then heaven gets involved. So we need to consider that. 7 heavenly nations and a heavenly continent. That is what we are working towards. I think we have 2 that we have clear examples of, but Harlem is next. Speaking of Harlem, the United States we see today was born of those sacrificial Christians. Your mother's not just claiming her victories, but claiming America's victories. I think America also needs to claim this victory, that we are a God-centered nation, and that we shouldn't forget it. And that is why we are great. We talk about make America great again, right? Like, well, America is already great because of God. Maybe we failed this. That I think really it's like we need to see the greatness that's already there, and be able to harness that and to multiply that blessing all throughout the world. That's America's power. From the left and right spoke out against Father Moon's imprisonment. So we often unite the world against us, but we also unite the world with us. So people on both sides of every aisle are against us, and people on both sides of the aisle are against us, but that's kind of what the parents do. The parents sometimes have to be the bad guy and tell the kid something that's uncomfortable, an uncomfortable truth about our reality, to wake us up in the morning and to get us going to school, you know. But the parents also bring everyone together in love and maturity. So that's our true parents. On that foundation, in the year 2000, at the border between North and South Korea, we established the American Clergy Leadership Conference. Did it. ACLC was the driving force behind the Middle East Peace Initiative, which in 2003 buried the cross of resentment between Jew, Christian, Muslim, and crowned Jesus as the true king in Jerusalem. So even though this was a symbolic kind of practice, or, you know, spiritual ritual we might consider, but who else is doing this? Who else has the understanding that your parents does to create a vision of peace, to kind of set the story straight with Jesus Christ, and to, you know, harmonize these 3 religions into one? Can you imagine that? And honestly, I think it's going to happen. I know I've heard some commentary on why are Christian, Jews, and Muslims like fighting each other. You know, we have bigger problems right now. Like, hello, the gay agenda. I mean, we should unite to fight against that. I mean, that's really what needs to happen. And if we don't, we will definitely be overtaken. Our children will be taken from us. So we need to unite, look more at what we have in common. So, but without your parents' teaching, we cannot fight the gay agenda. I'm telling you. You are the chosen people sent on true parents in the 21st century. So don't look anywhere else. This has kind of been the theme of my prayer these days. Is I'm not waiting for someone else to figure this out. Often we're waiting for a true mother to give the next direction. We're waiting for the top leader to come up with the best idea, and we'll just follow that. No, I'm not waiting anymore. We have to make the holy community and report to them of what we're doing. How are we bringing new members into the church? How are we loving them? And how are we creating environments where people want to get matched and blessed? Like, that's what we do. We make it happen, and then we report out. We offer that to true parents. That's the era we're in now. You are the chosen people that everyone's going to be reading about forever. Not just ACLC, but by the youth of Los Angeles, CARP, Bishop Noel Jones, and the City of Refuge Church. So not just ACLC. It's not good enough. We need the youth. We need the youth power. In fact, we all joined as youth. Frankly, the whole Family Federation, or I should say, our whole church movement was a bunch of young people for the longest time. And so Mother sees that, and she's like, she doesn't want to lose that spirit. So she started YSP to give young people a chance to breathe and to try things out and to take ownership. So this is because when you have the elders and the youngers coming together like this, yeah, we can bring the truth to a mega church where celebrities attend. So I'm not even surprised at all. That's the power we have. And then finally, this World Clergy Leadership Conference. And, I was there, of course, at Prudential Center. And, we see that people we're very, we're all too familiar with, right? The same group getting up there on the stage, representing all the different faiths and all the different, ethnicities and tribes who come together as Christians and different backgrounds. And, I'm reminded about how it must have been like in Jesus's time. We have these humble disciples kind of crowding around Jesus. And I'm sure a lot of them were looking at each other like, they had no idea who they were working with. And it was just, yeah, there's John over there and John over there, Peter over there, they're just a bunch of dudes. And that's what they saw with their human cow eyes. But if they saw it from God's eyes, like they would be blinded because of how much God has been preparing for this exact day. And now they're being read about like they would never have imagined how many people would study their lives. So too, we will be studying. People will study. What exactly did we do while true parents are walking the earth? And so these people, we think, oh yeah, Reverend Paula White and Archbishop Stallings. It's like, yeah, I know them. They're friends, right? It's like, but people have been studying their lives, studying our lives forever. So we might as well, make it good. Thanks. That's my reflection today.
Thank you, Pastor Milham. All right, family, let's take a few moments to share our gratitudes and appreciations and reflections, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Reverend Green, can you please share with us? I'm so sorry you were interrupted. So
Thank you,
sorry.
Dr. Seidel. Yeah, I mean, as I was making mention about this morning's reading, and I could see clearly, you know, the value of God's calling. Somebody,
That ain't up on live. Stop that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. Amazing.
We can hear you, Reverend Green.
Yeah, I was saying that you know, God gave us many opportunities to contribute to the work here in North America. You know, having come from the Caribbean, I felt as if I were like Father said, I was a fireman who came to America, and also as a doctor, because America needed help. So we were called to America to help the providence here. And so so when I heard this morning's reading, it reminded me that my life and my contribution to the providence here in North America was really very significant. For example, we did an incredible amount of work for the Peace Start With Me rallies held at Madison Square Garden, the Prudential Center, and also at the Nassau Colosseum. And we were given the True Family Values Award for our outstanding contribution to True Parents' work here in North America. And also with the founding of the American Clergy Leadership Conference, many of those founding pastors were our spiritual children. We brought them, and they brought, you know, many of them brought their congregations to these, you know, rallies. So I'm very grateful that, you know, I came here to this country and was able to contribute to True Parents' work. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share.
Thank you, Reverend Green, and thank you for your service. Thank you for your hard work for heaven and True Parents. We're really grateful to you and Beryl. Thank you. And congratulations on that award.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, family. Today, as Yako mentioned, today's day 19 of our 21-day prayer condition. So I'd just like to ask everyone to please pray for the Chuncheon Prayer Hall Providence here in Harlem and in Albany and all throughout America, all throughout the world. And we're going to start our 7 minutes unison prayer now. Let's begin. She Jacques. Most beloved.
Good morning,
Thank you,
Heavenly
Heavenly
Father.
Parents,
Good
for
morning,
allowing
True
us to
Parents.
be together and to
Heavenly
share
Father,
with each other our
so grateful to be gathered
determination
here.
to
This
go
morning, I'm
forward,
praying for
Father,
True Parents and True Parents
to make
Embassy.
our
True
contribution
Parents for the 19th
everywhere we
day of
go.
our
Oh, sometimes we
contribution.
in the middle of
Pray for
things and we don't see,
Grateful to you,
path
Heavenly
left
Father.
right
and
and
we don't see the
center.
sky.
Father,
Like in Manhattan, you have to really
draw
look
your
up
attention to
to
anyone
see
who
the
has
sky.
received
Coming down.
The in these weeks and months,
Pray for two mothers
Sustain us.
Pray, Heavenly
last
Father,
weeks and last
parents,
months and the last days.
Glory
Thank you for your providence.
pray, Heavenly
Every day,
Father,
so important. We are
pray, Heavenly Father,
living our
life.
two mothers long life,
Father, we pray for each other, support each other, each
pray
other,
for your
access, Father,
young
the
and
power of your word.
My
We are our individual responsibility. No, in many ways, we are
that we can be
a long way to go.
miracles happen,
Of us, there's an
big
eternal life in front of us. Looking at current.
bring peace.
Whatever we do, the small
Lord, just
victories in our hearts.
We understand that the
Love somebody.
pray for
Irritate,
every brother and
Father.
sister praying here this
go
for the
along with
To the
shanty one.
deeds.
We pray for the shanty woman in Albany, the Reverend
Establish that circuit of love,
champion one in Albany,
electricity of love. Unite, Father, and move,
one in
unleash
Harlem.
the spiritual powers that are
Pray for
dormant
brothers
within
and
people.
sisters who are praying there.
Parents, as we
We pray him
encourage, Father, to
that
the hidden laws of nature. Father, we're also working on uncovering the hidden laws
pray that we can go
logic of love,
serve and
logic of love, power of
support and blood.
it is how
Pray Heavenly Father unite at this time.
gratitude, nevertheless, no matter what the circumstance,
Gratitude for
yet
Pastor
the engine, Father, to work in love and unite after that. Grateful, Father, for being here right now, having the chance to speak to you. This 19th day of preparing for Junction 1 in Holland. Historical things happen. There's difficulties.
Pray for our brothers and sisters and families this morning.
In a difficult path for everybody. You, I who want to go and do anything.
Needed.
Earlier days, Father, people are killed. Martyrs, Father, there are many, many martyrs and Christians giving their lives because they believed in the son Jesus, believed in the resurrecting power, Father, which his life did this. Life, heat and the mind, the passion, the blood of Jesus. It's the blood of our true Father and His Mother. One with their heart, body, talk with them, be with them everywhere we are with them. Jesus said, I'm in the Father in me, and I'm in you. Each one of my brothers and sisters answers in the heart gave their lives and all the souls, soldiers, battlefields, freedom, Heavenly Parent, God history, Father, the ones that have their conscience put up against unrighteousness, gave their lives.
We pray for Europe,
All the saints from the martyrs believed in Jesus, Father, that were tortured, treated, Father, all the good gave their lives, lived a life, paid to the breath, it's easy for each one of brothers and sisters doing that. Them literally giving their lives. Them Father, everywhere around the world, Christians, Muslims, Father,
Thank
people
you
of
for
the
his
book,
efforts. His efforts
persecuted
will
for their
never
faith.
forget
Father, the Uyghurs in China,
what he has done.
Uyghurs in Israel,
Praise him,
Father,
sir.
the Christians all over the world, helping
And please tell the strength to continue.
news, Father,
Thank you.
notifications, Father. Thank you for this
And may they
wonderful
continue
brothers and sisters,
in
their lives, and all the who try to do
their standard.
the news. Some of them didn't know about
They know that you love
their
him.
hope,
All people
the
are to make
visions, Father
efforts
Messiah.
to redeem themselves.
Father, they still have
And Father,
an
your
easy amount of work,
faithfulness.
Father. They're praying for the father and mother,
Waiting
especially vindicated the father and
for
mother-in-law,
people who make
all my ancestors and elders.
Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. Do we have any announcements, Pastor Milha?
Yeah, Psych is giving me a hard time about this, but I know this Friday is still the plan to have our settlement ceremony. I just feel providentially, and the timing is kind of perfect. I have not yet invited Dr. Kim and Reverend Dumpy to come here, but I will today. I kind of want to check with Tao, see what their schedule is. I asked Reverend Edner to, contact someone to fix our gate over here, and there's a lot of little things I want to make sure is good. But we have to know the most important thing is that members are invited, that we can come and be here and really inaugurate this place. It's a settlement ceremony. So I'm still looking at 8 o'clock this Friday. I hope many of us can come in person and attend. And so, yes, 8 p.m. Usually we're at 9, we're praying. So we can, I think we're going to come here at 8 o'clock and, do our ceremony. So that is the plan. We'll send out something. It came in a nice flyer, and we'll share that with the community.
Nice.
So you'll have that too.
I want to remind everybody the time changes this weekend. Sunday morning early, it goes back 1 hour. Time goes back 1 hour. So we get 1 hour sleep extra, but it gets dark at 4 o'clock.
The good news is that Hiroki likes it at night. In fact, he likes going out at night. So
Interesting.
Yeah, he said it feels exciting,
Well, especially living in Harlem, it's a good place to be. Do you have any plans for Sunday service yet?
I'll be preaching.
Okay.
That's the plan.
A lot of people won't be there.
Oh, right, because the marathon.
No. Oh, yeah, the marathon. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think there's a marathon this weekend. I don't know if they're canceling service at New Hope Church, but New Hope, no, New Life.
New Life. And also because of the ceremony for the Japanese missionaries.
Yeah, I'm struggling because I appreciate the Japanese, but I don't want to interrupt but if the marathon is going to be such a big issue, maybe we can look at that again. But
look at what again?
Oh, just what to do this Sunday. I know the marathon's pretty bad. Sometimes
the marathon ends at Central Park. Doesn't it end at Central Park?
I don't know.
I mean, if you go by subway, yeah, you can get off.
Guys, if you don't mind,
Central Park.
Yeah, yes, it does, but it's going to block that. The reason why it got brought up is because, especially around the church at 4 West 43rd, it's going to be blocked off. So that's what they're talking about. And The thing is, they're just trying to go for runner safety. That's why they're going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't know what the route is, but every year it's really hard to get to church. It's like it's a sea of people.
It's the same route all the time. Yeah.
You can't really drive.
They're going to block off 6th Avenue, but
let's have church online. Let's have church online. Let's have a Zoom church or something.
Come on, we always have service during marathon. It's not the first time. Why are we discussing this today? Go underneath the subway and cross the other side. I even learned how to do that. Yeah.
And
we had last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah. It's a little inconvenient, but no, it's not possible.
Well, I gotta look at the route because we gotta bring the food there and stuff. You could simplify that too. All right.
Yeah, but the route hasn't changed in like how many years? So, I don't know. It's up to you.
So it's the same. If it's the same route, yeah, I know it's on 42nd Street. It's just
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a sea of people, and you cannot get through. They block up every other street. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Happy November, everybody.
Happy November. 4th day of November.
Sunday. First Wednesday of the month. Happy everything. And happy Victory Month. This is the month of victory.
I'm just happy that I'm seeing Reverend Stevens and he looks healthy. God bless. Yes. Amen for that, man. Yeah.